Allow me please to present to some, maybe introduce to a few, Mr. Jason Bartlett, who is a candidate for state senate, a native or is grown up in the Danbury community, represented Danbury in the past as a state rep, but now as a candidate for state senate. He has been here, and I'm sure among the other congregations. He has labored particularly in the field of education, which is his passion for our young people. And we have enjoyed supporting him and hope that we can continue to do likewise across the community. Without any further delay, please welcome to the podium Mr. Jason Bartlett.
Thank you, Pastor McKenzie. I may do this without. Thank you, Pastor McKenzie, and thank Pastor Gardner, Reverend Everton, Reverend Pitts, and everyone in our ecumenical community in the city of Danbury. I am really honored. I was telling my friend Jacinta on the drive over that it takes a lot to touch me in terms of people who are famous or are, that we all know. But to be in the presence of Congressman Clyburn is really a privilege and an honor. So I just want to start out with that because I couldn't be more thrilled to have you here in our city today. 4 years ago I had the privilege, the real privilege of getting the ballot and seeing Barack Obama on the ballot, and 5 spaces later, seeing my name on that same ballot. And I will never forget that. And I will never forget election night that year. And now, after watching Morning Joe on a number of occasions, you are one of their favorite guests, and national news, and watching that particular year, the leadership demonstrated by Congressman Clyburn in that presidential race. All you had to really do was watch the congressman, because he conducted himself with such dignity and such integrity. And when he lent his endorsement, it was really a message across the South, across the African American community, and across the nation that he had spoken. And I think it was a flashpoint. And every time a national issue comes up and we're looking for an authentic, dignified voice that has integrity for our community, I always trust and am gratified when our newspapers, our TVs, our radios, and we as a community turn to Congressman Clyburn. So he is a role model for myself. I think he should be a role model for all of our children. And if I can, as state senator from Danbury, just meet a percentage of what I think he's accomplished and the voice that he's lent to the community, then I know I'll have done my job. I served 2 terms. Education was my passion. The first bill that I ever did was raising the age that kids could quit school. I changed it from 16 in the state of Connecticut to 17. And I was shooting for 18. But in the art of legislative compromise, we ended at 17. So we, forever, win or lose, I know that I helped children in this state, and I know that I affected the dropout factories in the state, and I know that my name will always be associated with changing the age that kids could quit school. And 4 years before our president, in fact, said that every state should make the age 18, I was fighting that in the Connecticut legislature. In addition to that, I feel that I need to go back and do more in the area of education, because it's all about giving opportunities for our children. We have the largest achievement gap in the country here in the state of Connecticut. Many people are surprised by that. But if you compare brown kids and black kids and kids of color and poor white kids in the city of Danbury, and the outcomes in terms of educational achievement to our brothers and sisters' kids in Reading, in Simsbury, in Avon, in Greenwich, in Westport, we end up with the largest achievement gap. Nobody in the state of Connecticut wanted to talk about that. We're only supposed to talk about what makes us feel good. But I wanted to talk about it because I believe that all kids, regardless of their zip code, regardless of their race, deserve a quality education. When I go back, that'll be a big part of my platform. The second biggest piece of my platform that I've been talking about in this campaign, I've been talking about the freedom of mobility. We are landlocked in Danbury. If you don't have a car, chances are you can't get to work. Chances are you can't get groceries. We have an opportunity to bring rail back, for example, to our community. We have abandoned our railroad tracks, east to west, to New York, to Brewster and Poughkeepsie, to Waterbury. We've abandoned them north to New Milford and the Berkshires. The tracks are there, but nobody has given voice to this part of the state. If we bring the trains back, we will have an economic engine. Folks, I have been unemployed in the last 2 years. I have been underemployed in the last 2 years. And the one thing that I know, that rail is an economic engine. We bring back the trains, we bring companies, we bring jobs, and we bring investment in the community. And we only have to look to Bristol, Connecticut. Bristol is the headquarters of ESPN, world headquarters. They want to double the size of their campus. There are 2 other Fortune 500 companies that want to come to Bristol. It's the same size as Danbury, a little smaller actually, and they have abandoned rail. And they want to bring those trains back. You know why? Because they can connect that train to Metro North and bring people from New York City to Bristol, Connecticut, and they're not about to fly everybody into Bradley every time somebody has to come to Bristol. They want, and it's owned by Disney, by the way, and Disney does not want cars on their campus. So rail is the future. We're in Danbury. We're close to New York City. We're close to New York State. Folks, who supports our mall? Are we supporting our mall? Or is everyone between Danbury and Poughkeepsie, Danbury and Newport, Danbury and White Plains? They're coming to Danbury. Danbury can be a destination. Our downtown does not need to look like it does. Amen. We need to have a that connects our downtown with the rest of the world and brings economic investment and opportunity to us. That supports small businesses. That supports us. That gets us jobs. So that's where I'm going to end, and I'm going to transition to say thank you. I will ask for help, actually. I have 2 new volunteers as of about 15 minutes ago. And I may have just inherited 2 attorneys, because we have 2 young people that just graduated from law school. Congratulations. Tell me, I know you went to, what's your name?
Christina.
Christina went to Duke. She's going to take the bar in New York in a couple of weeks.
In a month.
In a month. And your name?
Lisa.
And Lisa, you went
Washington University.
to Washington University. So we have some attorneys in the room. We got to network. We got to make sure that we mentor, and we have to give them some business. But they spoke up and they said, "What can we do on Tuesday?" And that's why we've asked you here today. As the pastor said, we need to make sure that our voice is heard. I need your help. My good friend Elizabeth Esty, who I'm about to introduce, needs your help. And I know our congressman's going to say, he needs your help for our president and the whole Democratic ticket to support him.